In today's video I'm going to attempt to fix this iPhone that I've got from the flea market, and I'll combine these three ones. As you can see, this one is already taken apart. Yup, you can see this is the motherboard, this is the back case, which is messed up the most. I don't even get it how people break the iPhone 4 like it's the most durable iPhone I've ever seen, and seeing it end up like this isn't quite right. Anyways, this is the LCD from this one, and by the way, it actually works. This is the case, which is pretty much empty. I've taken it apart for the home button because this one is mint, surprisingly. This screen is just for testing phones.
And I thought you were ready to give up.
Why is this iPhone 4 for parts? Because firstly of all, it doesn't have a battery, and second of all, last time I've checked it, it had a passcode screen, and it's most likely find my iPhone on, and I won't bother unlocking it. Maybe repairing the second iPhone 4 that I have, because it's FMI off, and this one is on iOS 5, as you can see. As you can see, it runs iOS 5.0.1. This is why this iPhone is special. It was never updated since like 2012, and this one runs the latest iOS version, which was made in 2014. Yes, it can be downgraded, but the process is kinda complicated. It's not quite easy to do. Without further ado, let's start taking apart the phone. Oh yeah, this iPhone also suffered from the battery issue. As you can see, it lacks the battery because last year it was boot looping, and I left it to charge, hoping that the battery will get the life back, but no, instead it got swollen, and it was a fire hazard. Yeah, this back glass is also nearly mint. It's not bad, it's just a little bit dirty. I have to remove this bracket, so I'll move to the screw bit. As you can see, it isn't the best repair that I've ever done. In fact, it was unlocked and it was in the body of the broken iPhone 4. I just swapped the motherboards since this one was in better condition. Then, now looking at the repair job that I've done like 3 years ago, it isn't that bad, but it isn't that good either. Well, I just cared to make my phone work, and it was my phone, not someone else. Oh yeah, but before doing anything else, I'll remove the SIM card tray. Let's put this phone aside for now, because we aren't gonna use it. Can we remove this tray? This cover? I don't know, let's see. Oh yeah, it was my mistake for misplacing it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is the iPhone 4. It's quite basic, isn't it? Like, we've got the front camera connector, we've got the earpiece thing, I guess. I don't remember what this is for. What is this for? But I remember that this one is the LCD, this one is the touchscreen, the digitizer, and this one is the camera. But these two connectors don't matter because the touchscreen and the LCD are glued together, and if you break the touchscreen you'll have to replace both of them anyways. Okay, this is the camera. We are going to remove it too. And wow, this is good. Okay, and now let's continue the repair. This goes in here, this in here. Let's remove the vibration motor. Now the screws from here. Let's disconnect the dock. Also the antenna. Now let's disconnect the screen. Let's see, is there another screw? Yup. One hidden screw in this corner. Let's remove this too. And let's remove the motherboard. Okay. So this is pretty much the iPhone 4. As you can see, it's pretty basic overhead. But for its time it was a awesome phone. And yeah, let's just place it aside. Now I want to remove the dock because it's not worth it. We are just going to keep the screen as is, like it is in this condition right now. And now let's take apart the working iPhone 4. Attempting to remove the screen without damaging it further, like it is already damaged. And I'll also take apart the good screen to take the broken home button. But first, let's remove the SIM tray. It is kinda hard to remove. Maybe because it has a SIM card? I don't know. What? Okay, I wasn't expecting this. It has a micro SIM. For some reasons, I'll throw the SIM away. Remove the envelope screws.
eternity later.
I just removed it successfully. And let's have a first look inside the iPhone 4. Well, the working iPhone 4. Ooh, that looks quite clean, not gonna lie. Seeing it as a Android user. What happened in here? Like, you see some kind of liquid residue. I don't get it. But anyways, let's just continue. This is the battery connector. I wonder if it has a hidden screw in here. Nope, it's just the water damage indicator, which somehow hasn't turned red. But battery disconnected successfully. Now let's just... and damn, it snapped. So we'll use another approach. Hopefully the battery doesn't blow up. Yep, let's place it aside too. Like this. And now let's see. Now we can't use this anymore. Maybe we can reuse it, like repair it with... I have the perfect solution for this, but for now I'm going to remove it from here. And now I'll place it on the battery, on the top of the battery. Now it's going to be a little bit more complicated because I need to take care with the screw placement, and the iPhone 4 has a lot of screws, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but just only on this side. Imagine the other side. Oh yeah, I need to remove the duck thing. I guess that this is another screw. Yep. It's been covered but discovered. Get it? Okay, now let's remove this. As you can see, the plate in here is perfectly placed. I haven't done it in my previous iPhone 4. It didn't break, but taking it apart and seeing that mistake that I've made a few years ago, it's kinda something. Well, I'm kinda improving I'm trying to improve my repair skills day by day. And yeah, I started with basic stuff, but like repairing Nokias, like when I was young, and now I still repair basic phones. Removed this plate, and I have to clean it too, because yeah, it has that weird liquid I was talking about earlier. Now let's see, they're empty. speaker with the antenna and all of that stuff. I place it in here. Now try to remove this cable without damaging it. It's held up by a few screws. I place them in the right order. See, 4 screws on this side. Let's place it. By the way, the iPhone for which I've fixed a few years ago was on the latest version of iOS made for it, aka iOS 7, which was the worst device that it ever ran on. Like, if you ever had the iPhone 4 before, you'll know that the phone is pretty sluggish and laggy. On iOS 7 it gets stuck and it gets really warm on even simple tasks. On iOS 6 and 5 and older, it doesn't do that, any of that. It's not that the iOS version was not optimized, but rather it's just that the phone was simply just too weak to run it properly, because the phone only has like 512 megabytes of RAM, and yeah, that was one of the issues. Someone did actually make iOS 7 run on the iPod Touch 4th generation, and it was even worse on that iPod because it had even less RAM. It had like 256 megabytes, like the first iPad, basically. They both have the same CPU as iPhone 4, the A4 CPU, which has a PowerVR GPU made by Samsung, but that's not the reason why it lagged. It's just because of the RAM, that it wasn't enough for the iOS version to run properly. Okay. Now, this is the risky part. Oh damn, this phone is quite nasty. I have to wash my hands after fixing this. Like, it's kinda disgusting. Can I find a gap in this case? No, because it's packed with dirt and all of that stuff. Let's go. Okay, now we are getting inside the iPhone. It's just the glue, which is surprisingly still good after all of these years. Use this one too, I guess. this slowly because I don't want to damage the screen. I mean, it's already damaged, but just in a corner, and I don't want to make it worse than it actually is. Like, I just have to be super careful so I won't screw up anything. I don't want to break this one. I just want to make it working. Let's test out, let's see if this screen is still working after we took apart the iPhone, because I don't know. It looks fine to me. Let's disassemble the third iPhone. Actually not, I forgot that I've already took care of that. Now this motherboard goes in here. This screen will still go in here, but I'll wait, which home button was the best? I guess that's this one. Yeah, this one is the best. So you know what that means? I didn't had to take apart this phone because I already had a good button ready. So I'll just reassemble this case. Disassembled the third iPhone 4 and now it's time to replace the home button. It just has this connector in here. I need to disconnect it. This is it. This is the home button. Now let's add the new one. Like this. the screen back. And now it's plugged in. test out the phone. Before fully reassembling it, like, it still has some missing stuff, but I want to test out the phone before fully reassembling, especially the screen, because I had issues with placing the screen and I don't know if it still works. Are you for real? Are you kidding me? The home button is faulty. Well, at least the screen is working. But it still kinda sucks. Because I have to take apart the phone once again. Just to fix the home button. Ironically, I can press it, but it just doesn't do anything. So I guess that I need to remove this one, like this. And I'll replace only this thing, which is scratched up. The home button is stopping me from completing the restoration. But let's check other stuff. Just to make sure that the phone works at least. Well, I want to make it perfectly working. Speakers. Hit this one and hopefully I don't get copyright claimed. I mean, I don't mind, but I don't want to get copyright strike. I'll just wait till it boots up. Yup, it's working. Oh, let's check. Oh, I need to press really hard on this button. At least let's test out the camera. Back camera is working. Front camera is working. Yep, that's at least the good part. But yeah, it kinda sucks that I have to take apart this phone once again. After some further investigation, I found out that this home button is broken. Because look, I barely need to press on this one on the back, and look, it's working. So, what does it mean? It means that I have to take apart the iPhone once again and just to replace the home button. It came from this one, which is pretty messed up. As you can see, it's quite scratched. That one wasn't my fault though. It was like that when I got the iPhone. Did it shut down? Yup, it did. It surely did. Now let's forget it as it is broken anyways. And now let's place the new battery. Reassemble the screen once again. Now, software wise, it's actually quite a good thing on the iPhone 4. The iBoot boot ROM has a vulnerability in iOS 7, which allows you to downgrade any iPhone 4 to any iOS version that you want. Well, any iOS version, but like from iOS 4 to iOS 6, but not anything like iOS 3. Also, wanna know a trick about iPhones? If the power button is broken, you just have to plug the charger in and then unplug it, because the iPhone will automatically turn on, isn't it good? yeah, let's remove the scotch tape. So yeah, you know what we have to do? Well, just place the back cover. And like this. And now let's place back the screws.
Break the chains which bind you. The choice is yours.
Why else do you wear a mask?
Break the chains which bind you. The choice is yours. If we only had the time.
The volume buttons are also working. The home button also works. And yeah, it's finally done. Now I just have to reassemble the other iPhones, but otherwise this one is finally repaired. Okay, I kinda screwed the screen.